There have been two cases filed so far, and one sought an injunction sometime, filed a case in May, I think it was, and the hearing of the application for the injunction was heard by the judge in early June. He refused to grant an injunction. The matter was taken to the Court of Appeal for an emergency injunction by the Flying Dutchman, who claims to have, or was at one time the owner of the vessel. They went to the Privy Council. We had like one night to prepare a response. With the assistance of a highly competent King's Counsel in England in getting the documents to the Privy Council.
Why one night?
It was an emergency hearing.
This is Antigua breaking
we literally had like one night to get the submissions ready.
Okay.
So what we did, we realized we sent up we sent up the submissions we did at the hearing before the judge to the King's Counsel, and he and his team did an extraordinarily good job in getting the case put forward in writing to the Privy Council. Well, they refused to grant an injunction as well. And they said insofar as that particular case is concerned, the only issue to the breach be established would be a question of damages or compensation. A second constitutional claim was filed. This time, let me see how I can explain it, by the daughter of the sanctioned Russian and beneficiary of a trust in Guernsey, I think it is, that owns the shares or are shareholders and directors of the company which owns the Alfa Nero vessel.
Formerly owned.
Formerly owned, yeah. So we argued strenuously that she ought not to be given a hearing at all by the court because, one, she has no interest in any proprietary interest recognizable by the law of Antigua and Barbuda in the vessel, and a few other arguments that we were able to raise in the time given to us to get ready for the hearing. And the judge listened to these submissions, and he indicated on Friday that he would give his ruling on the application for the injunction on Tuesday at 9. There's no crystal ball for me to look into to tell you what I think would happen. But it's a matter for the judge to decide. And we are satisfied with the submissions that we had put forward to the court. But as this matter is on the verge of a ruling, you can appreciate that there's very little more that I can add in respect of that second one. But I have to tell you, we were delighted with the Privy Council's decision in the first case. And which vindicated the decision of the High Court in refusing to grant an injunction on the behest of the former owners of the Alfa Nero. So we are making progress. I have to say though that I have to give considerable thanks to the Attorney General and to the Prime Minister for giving us the latitude to do what we have to do. And I have to personally thank Tyler Brooks Harris, Joy Dublin, Alicia Asker, Ryan Johnson, and Zachary Phillips, who have put in enormous amount of time, a great personal stress and anxiety in getting these cases ready in the shortest period of time. And so far, knock wood, so far, the gods have been with us.
Well, and I want to thank you too on behalf of the government and people of Antigua and Barbuda. I'm told that you have made some compelling arguments. So we now await the outcome of that litigation.
Yes.
But in any event,
when is that likely to be?
Next Tuesday.
Okay.
When you look at the proactive action of the government, I recall back in February that our political opponents, are arguing that we were preemptive in acquiring the ship. We said to them that we had to do so recognizing that, it could be protracted, the process could be protracted, and that we may well end up in the hurricane season. They argue that we were so far away from the hurricane season that there was no need to act. Now, look at it now. We have an unprecedented situation in which we have now 2 storms developing in June, apparently the first time in recorded history. So, I think the government is now vindicated by taking that type of proactive action in order to avoid a potential disaster. We recognize that the sooner we get this vessel out of our jurisdiction, the better. If this vessel had remained there as a sanctioned vessel that could not move, you can imagine the enormous environmental risk and even the financial consequences, if that ship were to sink in the Falmouth Harbor. So I think we did the right thing to acquire the vessel, which obviously was abandoned, having gone through all the legal processes. We stand ready now to defend any litigation that may follow. And I'm pretty sure that based on the fact that we're acting in the best interest of the country to protect the country's economy, to protect the environment and so on, that, those litigations, which perhaps for the most part are frivolous litigations, and even the requests to get these injunctions, that they will not stand. So, again, I just want to thank Tony for leading the fight, and certainly all the other members in the Ministry of Legal Affairs, to include our distinguished Attorney General.
Thank you, PM.
Right.
I forgot to mention Mr. Paul Riker and the extraordinary guidance we have also received from Sir Ron Saunders.
Indeed.
I mean, incredible guidance and support from him.
This is Antigua Breaking News.